It started with a silence I couldn't explain. Emily wasn't herself for weeks. The way she used to greet me after work, her arms wrapped around me like she needed to feel my heartbeat just to steady her own, was gone, replaced by half smiles, a distracted hey, and cold pecks on the cheek. I convinced myself it was just stress. Her job at the interior design firm had become demanding. Maybe she was tired. Maybe we were just in a rut. But deep down I knew. We were married for 6 years. Together for 8. I'd fallen for her in college. She was bright, fiery, a storm in heels. I was more reserved, measured, and steady. She brought color into my grayscale world, and I gave her the stability she said she never had. We weren't perfect, but we had our rhythm. Until she changed the tune. It was a text message that unraveled everything. She'd left her phone on the kitchen counter while taking a long shower. Unusual for someone who practically glued it to her hand. It buzzed. Then buzzed again. And again. I tried to ignore it, but the name that flashed across the screen shattered any patience I had. Derek. Not Mom. Not Claire, her best friend. Derek. The man she said was just a friend from work. I tapped the screen, and what I read made my skin crawl. Last night was unbelievable. You've got me addicted. When can I see you again, baby? I love you. I can't wait until he's out of the picture. I stared at the messages, heart thudding in my chest, the room spinning. I felt like I was watching someone else's life disintegrate, not mine. I didn't know how long I stood there, paralyzed, but when the bathroom door opened, I knew I'd never see her the same way again. She stepped out, towel wrapped around her like nothing had happened. She looked at me, saw the phone in my hand, and her expression twisted. Not in guilt. Not even fear. Annoyance. You went through my phone? She asked sharply, as if I was the villain. You're sleeping with him, I said, my voice like gravel. She didn't deny it. Didn't apologize. Didn't cry. Instead, she sighed and sat at the edge of the bed. I was going to tell you. Eventually. That's what destroyed me the most. The way she said it. Cold. Dismissive. Like our years together were a worn-out shirt she was ready to toss. I wanted to scream, break things, throw her clothes out the window like they do in movies. But I didn't. I just stared. And when I finally spoke, all I could ask was, why? She met my eyes. Because I need more than what you offer. I'm tired of playing house. Derek. He makes me feel alive. Like I'm wanted. You're just there. It cut deeper than I thought words could. She packed her things over the next few days. Calmly. Methodically. Like she was moving apartments, not walking away from a life we built. She even laughed on the phone with him while folding our bedsheets. When she left, I didn't cry. Not at first. I went numb. I stopped eating. Stopped sleeping. Friends tried checking in, but I couldn't talk. I didn't know how to explain that the woman I loved had turned into a stranger with one unlocked screen. Weeks passed. Then a month. Then 2. I didn't hear from her. Didn't ask about her. I unfollowed her, blocked her number, and tried to find pieces of myself in old hobbies. I returned to the gym, started cooking again, even took a solo trip to Colorado just to breathe. Healing was slow, but it was happening. Then I got the call. From Claire. Emily's best friend. We hadn't spoken in ages, but her name flashed across my screen with urgency. And for some reason, I answered. Eric. I thought you should know. Emily's in the hospital. My heart dropped. What happened? She's sick. She collapsed at work and had to be rushed in. It's bad. I felt the old instinct rise. The urge to rush to her side. To be the man she once needed. But something held me back. What do you mean sick? There was a pause. She has an STD. A serious one. The doctors say it's been untreated for months. It's caused complications, fever, infection, fatigue. She's lucky she made it to the hospital when she did. I was speechless. Claire continued, her voice softer. And Derek? He's gone. Left her 2 weeks ago. Blocked her, moved out of state. She didn't tell anyone. She was too ashamed. A flood of emotions rushed in: pity, sadness, anger. But most of all, clarity. This was the man she gave up everything for. The man she left me for. And now she was alone. Abandoned. sick, broken. I didn't visit her. Not out of cruelty, but because I had nothing left to give her. She reached out later. Through an email. It was long. Rambling. Half apology, half nostalgia. She said she missed me. That she was confused. That she thought Derek was her forever. But he turned out to be a lesson. She called me her true home. And asked if we could talk. I didn't reply. She followed up 2 days later. This time it was shorter. Desperate. I'm scared. I need someone who knows me. Please. I just want to hear your voice. Again, I didn't respond. I read the messages a few more times before deleting them. Not out of hate, but acceptance. She made her choice. And she got her consequences. I wasn't going to be her backup plan. Her shoulder when the man she destroyed me for vanished. It took a long time to rebuild myself. Longer than I want to admit. But I eventually met someone, Sophie. She was nothing like Emily. Gentle. Kind. Patient. We started as friends. Took things slow. She knew about my past, and never once used it against me. She helped me rediscover what love was supposed to feel like. Years later, I bumped into Claire at a wedding. She told me Emily had moved back to her parents' place. That she hadn't dated since Derek. That she was in therapy. Trying at least. I didn't feel joy at her suffering. But I didn't feel regret either. Because sometimes the people we love break us in ways we don't recover from. They just teach us how strong we can be when we have to pick up the pieces alone. And I did. She cheated. She left. She gambled her life for a fantasy. And I walked away with something she never found again. Peace.